guys. Today we have a couple more Seikos for you to take a look at. These are from the Presage range, and we're looking at the Seiko SRPE47J, which is otherwise known as the Seiko Tequila Sunset, and the SRPE49J, which is known as the Seiko Frozen Margarita. Now, I just want to say thank you to starbuy.com.au for loaning these watches to us. Their support is really invaluable, and like I say, just want to say thank you so much for lending these watches to us. Now, as you can see, both watches have exactly the same dial styling, and this is why I just wanted to do a video on both of them at the same time. I don't want to bore you guys with an individual review, so to speak, when they are essentially the same watch. But again, Seiko don't tend to do a very good job of photographing their watches particularly well. Now, I'm not saying that my photography is fantastic either. It isn't. But what I'm trying to do for you guys is show you what the dials actually look like in real life. And these two are certainly very colourful, interesting dials to be taking a look at. So, first of all, let's have a look at this one, the SRPE49J. As you can see, it is the typical Presage style of watch, so a classical dress watch. It comes on this beautiful bracelet. I haven't tried it on, so I'm not too sure whether it is a hair puller or not. But rest assured, if you don't like this particular band, then the watch does come with an extra leather band, and as you can see, there's Seiko's signed buckle and clasp. Back to this watch. The watch has 50 meters water resistance, so I wouldn't be wearing it in the water for swimming or anything like that. Obviously, the odd splash around the sink or something like that is fine, but this isn't a watch that's designed to be worn in the water. Case diameter, typical classic styling for a dress watch, so it's only 38.5 mils across the way, and a nice case thickness of 11.8 mils. As you can see, we have a slight domed crystal there, which is actually hardlex, and this watch contains the automatic 4R35 movement, which is there or thereabouts accurate to, or Seiko state to it be 45 plus and 35 minus, or the other way around. I can't recall exactly, but most of these, once they've settled down, will give you a reasonable timekeeping accuracy of probably there or thereabouts 10 seconds a day. This watch is a limited edition and is limited to 5,000 pieces globally. Depends on what your definition of limited is. I don't think 5,000 is especially limited, but with most things like Seiko produce in the Presage range or in a limited capacity, they do tend to get snapped up, and you do see prices on the secondary market rise quite a bit. But like I say, we'll have to see whether this particular line does that. And again, this is the SRPE47J, which is known as the Tequila Sunset. Now, it is a salmon pink sort of style dial. Measurements, etc. are exactly the same, and the specifications exactly the same as the other one, which is the Frozen Margarita. But I find this really interesting that Seiko are starting to produce these colourful dials, and Seiko have been doing it for a little while now, especially in their Grand Seiko range, and I noticed this year that Rolex are now bringing out colourful dials as well. I would suspect that it's probably more for the Chinese market than anything else, but like I say, it's nice to see a little bit of colour being introduced into watches, and certainly for the fairer sex, these watches have a beautiful appeal, and like I say, I can see these on the wrists of many women around the world. Again, great quality timepieces, good looking, and will serve you a lifetime if taken care of properly. So these are certainly going to be popular sellers in my opinion. I say I'm not particularly a colourful dial sort of person. I'm a bit more plain black and white, but I can see the attraction of these, especially with this one known as the Tequila Sunset. The dial and the intricacy of the patterning is just exceptional. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I say, there'll be plenty of videos and close-up footage throughout this video, but take care of yourselves, wear your watches in the best of health, and see you on the next video. Take care, guys.